right? Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule well. Shalom to hopeful like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth with all sincerity. And shalom to a few sisters, right? The Aquaf that's getting in orders at these last days. I'm the brother Amon, coming up to the Lord with an edifying video. Lord willing, it's a faith booster. It's just about, staying the course, understanding that we in the fourth quarter of this thing and have that warrior spirit to keep enduring, man, to win. You know what I'm saying? This is a race, and you don't want to stop in the middle of a race, or you don't want to stop in fourth quarter of the game tied. You just give up. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, you're not going to win. You're not going to win the game, right? So with us being, servants to prophets, we got to keep going until the end. Lord willing, we're part of that remnant, right? And we get beamed up on the first go around, man, the second Exodus, right? So I'm going to dive inside a couple of precepts, and I'm going to start from the book of Hebrews 12. I had a couple precepts lined up. It says Hebrews 12:1, and then the headline says we preserve in faith, right? And we preserve, that means you stay the course, right? Stay focused, hold on to, continue. It says, wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, right? Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, right? We gotta, what it says in 2 Ezra 14:14, we gotta put away those the weak man. You know what I'm saying? We can't let those sins that we do commit, like, wear us down. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in a race, right? We're in a battle. You can't let your fuck-ups be the reason why you ultimately fall, man. I got a quick precept why I said that. And this right here is what I keep in mind, all the time. Call halal Yahweh Shemel Shah. Psalms 37, right? So Psalm 37, it says in verse 23, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, right? Utterly meaning totally on the ground. You're not getting back up, right? 10 seconds, he out of there. It says, though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth, right? Brace, right? That's what the word upholdeth means, to brace, support, right? Him with his hand, So kind of is the point. Yahweh Shema Shai, let you go too far down, right? You may stumble, like you said on ATL, you may stumble, you may lose a foot at the most, but you don't fall, right? Because that's Yahweh Shema Shai gonna kick in. He gonna give you that aid that you need, And the quick precept to back that up behind that is what it was, Proverbs, I think 24:16. I'm not sure. I gotta check that for sure. Yep, So this right, the book of Proverbs 24:16, for a just man falls 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief, right? So, a just man is what we out here doing. The just man is the servants, man, right? We're righteous, right? So we gonna fall in this thing, but at the same time, we're not just gonna fall down and lay down and stay there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get back up. We're gonna keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I said, like the scripture says as well. First and foremost, we in a race. We're in a race. It's like I just seen a chart about that say Corinth, but we're in a race that to get to the kingdom, man. Get on those chariots, right? Not see this, not taste death again. So, and with that being said, we're gonna have a lot of trials and tribulations that's gonna come forth to test us, but we should not let our fuck ups be the reason why we fall and don't get back up. So I'm gonna go back. Damn, I done lost the damn chapter. I'm gonna go back to Hebrews 12. Right? So, like I said, the title of it said we must preserve in faith. We must continue in faith. Though we fuck up, the faith is that Yahweh Shema Shai still gonna see us through. Right? I'll start from the top of it again. 12:1 of Hebrews. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, it says, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth do so easily beset us, right? And let us run with patience the race that is set before us, right? Because this right here is a race. Like I said, that's what I meant to grab. Second Esdras 14 and 13. It says, now therefore set thine house in order, right? And that's starting with your mind. It says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Right? The point, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, right? Like I said, we fall 7 times, but we get back up. Completion of number. That's where 7 goes into, completion of number. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, right? Because you don't want to be so focused on the fuckers where you don't even see the race no more. You don't even want to complete the mission no more, man. That's why Yahweh Shemai Shai got to get us out of these bodies. And while we on this earth, we're going to keep messing up. But the thing is, we had the faith and kept going, right? We kept wanting to keep going, pursuing this race, right? So kind of from there, go back. So verse 2, it says, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, right? Who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, right? Hard, endured meaning made hard. He was made hard going through the trials and tribulation that he had to get through, right? And for us, in this time, we're trying to get an incorruptible crown, right? So we're gonna be going through we're gonna get tried, purified, like gold is tried in the fire. It says, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, right? So Yahweh Shai is that Yahweh Shai is that goal, you know what I'm saying? That prime example, if I must say, all right? You gotta go through a lot, just to get to the end. And what was at the end? Sitting on the right side of Yahweh, right? Being glorified, right? And what's the promise for the one that endured to the end, right? The elect, right? We're going to be crowned, on the side of Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, we're a part of that number, right? That's what we got to keep enduring, making our calling and election sure, beating these trials and tribulations, man, as much as possible. It says, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. All right, so that was just the point, that's the point I had in mind, that is say you in a basketball game, yeah, you tired, but you got to win this game. This is a championship game is on the line. You know what I'm saying? It's on the line, so you gotta thug that shit out. You gotta go into overdrive. You got, coach called that timeout. I feel like that's what we in right now, a timeout, right? That grace period, because it's time to resume the game once that Jacob's trouble hit, but that's how I kind of see it. But we coming out that timeout, you gotta be focused to execute this last little bit of minutes while we're here, right? So that means we know what's coming down the pipeline, martial law, right? The hour of temptation, that's gonna come upon the whole world, So we got to guard up our spirit, you know what I'm saying, and pray that Yahweh Shemai Shai don't give us over to fall into the traps that Esau Edom has that's gonna come forth, right? So from there, I want to go to the book of Second Ecclesiastes 2. Because we're gonna come through it. We're gonna go through a lot of hard times, but at the end of the day, Yahweh Shemai Shai, right, is gonna guide us through it. That's why he say, with all thine ways, acknowledge me, right? He said, no, Salakia, I don't even want to butcher it. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thy own understanding. I'm just jumping all over the place. right? Proverbs 3 and 5, it say, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and all thy slacking. With all thy heart, and lean not to thy own understanding, and in thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths, right? And that's what we pray that Yahweh Shema shall do. He direct our paths to righteousness and get a crown upon our head, Lord willing. No, what else finna go after that? Sirach 2. It says, Sirach 2 verse 1. It said, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Shema shall prepare thy soul for temptation, right? So we know that the closer we get to the kingdom, right, the harder it's going to get. The trials and tribulations are going to get harder, right? So that don't mean drop the plow. You know, that means, shit, you got to dig even harder. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight even harder. The demons not going to get smaller. They're going to get bigger and bigger. Because why? Your spirit's getting bigger and bigger. You get more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you're building yourself up. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be times where you may feel as if you might want to give up. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you gotta, that's weak nature. That's weak, you know what I'm saying? That's weak nature. That's weak man. You should not think like that. That's not king-like behavior. I mean, being real, like when you think about it, it's just not what a man should think. You know what I'm saying? You got to rebuke those thoughts when they come across your mind. You don't want to dwell upon that. Then, boom, you out the truth. You done lost the game. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Because Esau, he coming down with that great wrath. And that means it's going to be a lot of ways of temptation to pretty much receive that MOTB, you know. But it says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, right? So that means it's going to be small temptations, it's going to be some of the biggest temptations, you know. But if we want to serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, we got to be prepared for this. We got to know what's coming down the line. You know what I'm saying? It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, right? Like I said, if we're inside a basketball game, you got to constantly endure. Hey, that team score a bucket, you better come back down and score 3. If they score a layup, you better come back down and score a 3. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep enduring. You got to keep enduring. Yeah, hey, we're going to go through trials and tribulations. We're going to go through a lot of, I said trials and tribulations, but, you know, it's going to be a lot of downfalls. But at the same time, you got to come back. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, you're going to lose the battle, but you can't lose the war. You know, point being made. You know, you don't want to lose the war. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly, right, continuously endure, right, suffer. It says, and make not haste in time of trouble, right? It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And we know, like, Esau Edom, he finna come, like I said, come down with the great wrath, finna come in like a flood. You know, he finna start taking things away, like food, you know, water, you know, jobs, because you don't have this charagma. You know, can't make no quick decisions and take that charagma in a time of trouble. You gotta keep depending on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Try to keep guiding my footsteps, whichever way I go. You know, so don't take the Holy Spirit away from me. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, quick precept to back that up. 2 Ezra 16. 2 Ezra 16 and 74. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. And that's just the faith right there. You know, that's just the faith right there. You know, like I said, we're looking at Yahushua as the finisher, right? So that finisher, we're going to finish this race, right? So Esau Edom finna come down with great wrath, but he know, we believe, I got the faith that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is not going to let him rule over us, you know, fall into his ways, right? But it says, the point is in 75, it says, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same, right? Time of Jacob's trouble, which is about the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Verse 75, it says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is your guide, right? And that's just the point. You know, he guiding us to that finish line, man. You know, that's the beauty of it, right? Because with no test, you ain't got no testimony. See what I'm saying? So we got to go through something so we can have a beautiful story, right? Especially if we're a part of the elect men, right? This story gonna be a part. Your story will be told, throughout generations and generations and generations forever, So you want to have that test, that we can actually pass, right? That is all to it. So I'm going to go back to the book of Sirach 2. And 10. Oh, wrong way. That was tripping. This Sirach 2 and 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And that's the beauty of, we got so many accounts of our forefathers getting their testimony through their tests. They was going through Daniel in the lion's den. You know what I'm saying? Job. And that's the perfect example right there. Job. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Satan asked him, y'all asked him, have you tried my servant Job? And he was like, that's a perfect man. Like he locked in, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we should be. We should be in the spirit of Job. Because we come into a time period where a lot of stuff going to be taken away from us because we believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So like in the story of Job, he said, matter of fact, I can just read a couple of precepts, a couple of scriptures inside of it. And it's a beautiful story as well. That's a spirit called Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The book of Job starts on the book of 441, right? So this Job 1 and 8. I'm gonna just read down to verse. I'll read down to 12. Just to make the point. But the actual point of Job, he started trying him. I'm just reading the beforehand part. Job 1 verse 8. It says, "And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect man and an upright man, one that feareth Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and escheweth evil," right? And we said escheweth, right, meaning turn away evil, turn from evil. It says, "Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Doth Job fear not Yahweh? For has not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he have on every side, that thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land," right? It says, hold on. So pretty much he was just saying, like, Satan want to really get at Job, but Yahweh has pretty much put that hedge around him to where you can't really do nothing with him. But right, he was like, but because he was a perfect man to Yahweh. So he was in what it says in the scripture. He said, "But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he have, and he will curse thee to thy face," right? So he pretty much saying, like, hey, put everything away, and I bet he give up. I bet he cursed you out, and he want to go worship somebody else. But now, hey, Job didn't lose his integrity. He didn't lose hope. He knew, hey, no test equals no testimony, man. I whole 100 believe that. You know what I'm saying? You can't speak on what you ain't never been through. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds more beautiful once you done overcame it. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, go back to Hebrews 12, looking at Yahweh Shai's the ultimate finisher, the author of finishers, went through, and it's crazy because he knew, you know what I'm saying? We don't even know what tomorrow brings. Shit, what the end of the day brings, you know what I'm saying? But, Yahweh Shai went through a hard race that he knew what he had to go through. People that was turning on him, just so it's like inside our time, we got, I'm gonna go back to the point, but it's like come back inside our time, we know that we finna lose a lot of things just to prove our point to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua that we down. Like the elder brother, Kazak always says, get down for your crown. So back to the book of Job 1 and 11, it says, "But put forth thine hand now and touch all that he have, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he have is in thy power." Right? So he said, "I bet." I'm about to show you that I can strip that man naked. You know what I'm saying? And he's still gonna stay down. Right? He was 100% leaning on to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, whichever way, whatever type of hell he was in, he was depending on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And that just, just to say that we have to remain inside that same spirit as well. especially inside these times that's coming. It says, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord, right? And from there on out, from verse 13 on down some, pretty much showing you like, hey, man, Satan was hitting Job with them jabs, man. Right? And all that is to say that them jabs represent, trials and tribulations, right? Losing riches, wife, cussing you out, getting sick, So thing is, we're gonna be getting tried, we're gonna get tried and tried and tried and tried, But in the end, we're gonna be purified. Because that's gold, man. Matter of fact, that's in the book of Sirach 2. I finished with that. Sirach 2. I start at verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, right? Be happy. Rejoice inside. It sounds crazy, but it's beautiful. You got to rejoice inside those hard times, right? It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, right? And Job was an acceptable man, going through all those trials and tribulations, and still came out shining. He gonna be shining, right? What I have, my last little precept. This right here, the book of Revelation. Right, because and when you think about it, he didn't slow, like I said, Job didn't slow down. With us, we can't slow down, because that means it's not slow down. Job didn't turn around, right? Because that means if we turn around, that means, hey, we put our hands away from the plow. And I'm going to read what's going to happen if you turn your hand away from the plow, But, here you go. So, just want to bring up the point, this is a race, man. What we see at the end, what we see at the finish line, hey, the kingdom, Lord willing, we're part of that number, So, yeah, I know we all tired, but this is not our rest. You got to keep going. You got to keep, It's a race. You got to keep going. You got to look at Yahweh. Like I said, Yahushua is that finisher, man. Right? But it says in Revelation 2:25, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, right? So like I said, it's a race. So we're gonna be keep doing the same motion, but only getting better. You know what I'm saying? Only getting better. You know what I'm saying? But he said, hold fast to what you already got. Right? So at thy end, right? What it say? I will give thee power over the nation. That's the elect. Right? So why not keep fighting? You know what I'm saying? Cause shit, I want to know what that feel like. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Most power I got on this side is over my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, we're slaves to everything. We're slaves to the society. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be on top, man. We want to be back where we're supposed to be, right? Lord, when we're right beside Yahushua, we're part of that number, man. Right? But it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation. That's a beautiful thing to fight for, man. Right? So I want to close out that last precept, because I did say the consequence of if this right here is a race, the consequence of turning back. Yeah, it's in the book of Luke. The book of Luke 9:62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? I want to bring out another an example. You know what I'm saying? We fighting for this kingdom, fighting for a crown. They say you out of a basketball game, you down by 20 points. You know what I'm saying? You may be like, fuck it, I'm too far down. we're just gonna give up. But hey, that's turning back the plow, because you knee deep, you in the fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying? But they done took off for a whole 3 minutes on a straight shooting spree, a scoring spree. And they done got up a whole dub. That don't mean you stop right there, right? That don't mean you stop right there. Nah, you put in more work. You put in more work keep fighting, to stay in that game, to win the game at the end. You know, for us, right? It says, for no man having put his hand to the plow, right? As soon as you start touching onto this truth, right? You kept elevating, right? But it says, no man have put his hand towards the plow and look back is not fit for the kingdom, right? You are not fit to be an elect man. Yahweh Shema Shah gonna beat your ass with many stripes because you put your hand forth this precious work, right? And you played around with it, and Yahweh Shema Shah is not gonna get down with you. Like, he's not gonna allow you to build up some works and then stop, but then you expect to get your reward in the end. Hell, and work like that. You know, he tell you it's better to not have known nothing than to know some and then go back into the world, roughly paraphrasing. So that was, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You know, that was it. And so, you know, hey, keep running this race, man. We almost at the end, and Lord willing, we're part of that remnant that get delivered, man, the second Exodus. So with that being said, I'm going to give our honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakadash. Till next time, I say Shalom.